live, and I am here. Let's see. Yeah, I can switch the camera around. I'm going to try to show you the pitfall that I made, and hopefully it'll save you some money when it comes time for you to file for Medicare. Not for Social Security, but for Medicare. Now, bear in mind, I am no expert on this. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't care one way or the other. I'm not making a penny off of this. I'm just showing you what I have found. So hopefully this will help you kind of avoid the pitfall, and I'll show you where I made the mistake here. Let me get this turned around. Okay. When you're talking about Medicare, you've heard about all this you've seen the commercials on TV and you know, that Part A, Part D, Part A, B, you know, all these parts and stuff that they show you the commercials on. They try to make you believe that you have to sign up for all this junk, all of it. The commercials that you see on TV, they're trying to make you believe that you have to sign up for all this stuff. What they don't tell you, and they tell you, well, some of it may be zero, out of pocket and whatever. Here's how this works. To start off with, you have Part A over here. Part A is to be considered as room and board for a hospital stay and a temporary extended care, like a nursing home or that kind of a facility. Let me see if I can roll it around. This is the only part that you absolutely have to file for at age 65. And it covers some of this stuff, but you still have some pretty steep copay. If this is all you sign up for, Part A, you have some pretty stiff copayments that apply to it. I wrote free and then I marked it out. It's not free. You've paid for it all your life, but you have no monthly fee that you have to pay. But you do have to sign up for this. So this is the way this works. Now, Part B covers your doctor visits, any kind of specialist, a surgeon, any kind of test you have to have made, blood work, x-rays, MRIs, you know, all your other medical care. It covers a portion of this, of your Medicare, of the total bill. And it depends on what region you're in and what county you're in as to what this actually covers. In my particular case, there's a lot of hospitals and stuff in the area, so it covers a lot of stuff. But it may not cover everything that you think it does. It depends on which state you're in and which county you're in. In my particular case, Part B coverage, it doesn't cover all of the cost, but it covers a whole lot of the cost. And it's like, the way this works is like for a standard doctor visit for a checkup, or you have a rash, or it covers everything pretty much. And for any of the other stuff, it covers a portion of this. It's $170.10 a month. And it may be like 70% of a specialist, or it may be a copay up to so many dollars, and then after that it covers. Anyway, this Part B covers all your doctors. Part D is in dog, only covers prescriptions. And it may not cover the total cost of a prescription. It may cover it up to so many dollars, and then after so many dollars, you have to come up with that again, with the remainder. And when you hear all the other stuff that's out there, the other plans Part G, Part H, Part F, Part E, and all that is all of the other stuff that's not covered under A and B, and which includes dental and vision down here. It does not, A or B does not include dental work or vision, any eyeglasses or contact lenses or anything like that. It doesn't cover any dental unless it's an emergency dental type thing. So this is your basic Medicare, and I hope everybody is hanging with me. I see right now it looks like I got one person in the room. There may be two people in here right now, so I hope this kind of covers. This is your basic Medicare and what it covers. Now, there has been another thing. Again, Part A is free. It's not free. It doesn't. You don't have to pay a monthly a fee for this. Part B, you do. You do not have to have Part D or any other thing in order to be covered. And the Part B coverage, which covers most or a whole lot of your doctors and whatever, for anybody that makes less than $90,000 a year, it's $170.10 a month. So as long as you make less than, and this is your reported, the part you actually pay taxes on is less than, this is, I think it's after tax, is $90,000 a year. It's $170. As you make more money and whatever, that fee will go up. It'll go up and up and up, and I'm not sure what the maximum is. I didn't, because of the way they pay you as a truck driver, even though I made $90-something thousand last year, I only paid taxes on like $60,000 because the rest of it was, I forget what the name of that is, but it's like a cafe plan where they pay you back for living expenses on the road, and you don't have to pay tax on that. So again, I'm not an expert here. I would advise you to get some better stuff on this. But again, they try to make you believe that if you don't sign up for Part B, that somehow the government's going to come confiscate everything you got and throw you in jail, and that's not true. What you do have to sign up for by the time you turn 65 years old is Part A. And basically, that's just, Part A don't cover a whole lot, and it just registers you in the system, in the Medicare system. Now, if you do not have any other, if you are not working, if you have already retired or you retire at the day you turn 65, and you do not sign up for Part B, let's say you're healthy and whatever, and you decide, well, I don't really need insurance right now, even though you're signed up for A, but you not for B, and you decide, well, I'm healthy right now and I don't really need insurance and whatever, so I'm not going to pay this $170.10 a month. I'm just going to let it slide and not file for Part B. And 3 years from now, you're not covered under any other insurance. You don't have full coverage under any other insurance. And 3 years from now, you decide, well, I think I'm getting a little bit sickly, or I may need, I'm not feeling good. I'm going to go ahead and sign up for B. They not only do they will charge you the $170, but there will be a stiff fee. It may be as much as double this per month for however many months it was between the time you turn 65 and whenever you start Part B. So it can be really steep if you don't have coverage and you do not sign up for Part B. If you wait 2, 3, 5, 10 years, whatever, it can be really, really steep, the penalties and whatever, and they will get their money because when you go to start taking Social Security, they will take it out. They not only will they take this $170.10 a month out, they'll take out any fees or anything that you owe, your back fees. So if you do not have coverage under anybody else, like right now I'm covered under CRETE, so I do not have to sign up for B. Now that's the mistake that I made, is that whenever I signed up for Medicare, because I was believing that you had to sign up for A and B, I signed up for both of them, and then I was gone for 6 months or whatever, and when I got home, I found out they had been billing me $170 a month. Now, I didn't pay it for 4 months, so they turned off my coverage for Part B. I'm still listed under A, but they turned off B, but I still owe that money for the 4 months that I was covered. So I've got to pay that. Now, the other months that I was gone and it was turned off, I don't have to pay that. But anyway, right now my B coverage is turned off, which is fine because I'm covered under CRETE. I've got full coverage under CRETE. Now, you have to also pay, it's going to be extra money for you to pay for Part D or any of these other parts. The other parts, excuse me, they cover co-payments and anything else that's not covered under A or B except for prescriptions. Some of these other parts or plans will pay for, like dental or vision or whatever. If you want to be covered under that, there's another part that goes to that, and you've got to pay extra for that coverage. Okay. I hope everybody is with me so far. Again, I'm not an expert on this. This is just what I've found out. And my mistake was that whenever I signed up for A, I also signed up for B. And I should not have. I didn't have to. I'm already covered under CRETE, so I really did not need any of this, and I signed up for this by mistake. So if you're already working and you're going to continue to work after you reach 65, in my case, I'm not even going to think about it until I'm 66 and 4 months. But if you're covered under under another plan, you have full insurance. You do not have to sign up for anything other than A. The B, C, D, F, G, whatever. You don't need any of that except for A, and that's the law that you have to sign up for. Now, if you are not covered under any of those, if you retire at age 65 and you do not have any other kind of insurance coverage, then you must sign up for B, and it's going to be a minimum of $170 per month, and they bill that quarterly unless you're receiving Social Security, and they'll take it out every month. They'll take out $170.10 every month out of your Social Security to pay for Medicare. And that does not cover prescriptions. You got to pay extra for that. I don't know what it is. I'm covered, so I don't really know. Okay, now let's get to the next thing. I'm going to take this away, and we're going to talk about what your other option is. This is called, let me see if I can roll this around without the camera falling over. This is called Medicare Advantage. The way Medicare Advantage works is that because there were so many people that wanted full coverage and whatever, yeah, and it does keep people working as long as possible. But the way Medicare Advantage works is they roll A, B, and D, which is your hospital, your medical, and your prescription drug plan all into one thing, but it's handled, let's see. Yeah, it's handled through different companies that are existing insurance companies. In other words, Humana has one, United Healthcare has one, Ascension Healthcare has one, and most of your other, hey, same here, Flatbedder. Good to see you. I hope this is educational for you. So you have a number of different companies that you pay the same amount of money into, which is $170.10 a month. That may change from year to year to year. It went up this year. The biggest increase they've ever had went up this year to $170.10 per person. So anyway, this Medicare Advantage is, you don't pay any more money, but you let one of these other insurance companies take over and manage all of your health care, which is all of the other stuff put together. So if you enroll for Medicare Advantage, you get your Part A, which is the hospitalization. You get Part B, which is all your doctors and specialists and that kind of stuff. And most of the time you get Part D, all included. So it's like getting some extra stuff included. Now, there's two different kinds of Medicare Advantage, and there's an HMO plan, and it's different. Again, it's different from state to state, and it's different from county to county, this Medicare Advantage. So, in my particular case, the county that I live in Tennessee, is also, there's about 7 different counties that's all in the same region. So as long as I stay in this same region, nothing will change as far as my provider, which would be the hospital that I go to, and under the HMO side of it, I would be within their network, within a particular hospital and doctor group network. If I traveled all over the country, or I had doctors that I wanted to see that was not in my HMO plan, I would need to enroll in a PPO. And I don't know what that stands for, but that's out of network doctors and whatever. So here's how that works. Again, I'm going to try to do this without making the camera fall over. So in network, a doctor's visit is $0. That looks like it. Anyway, I'm supposed to be drawing a dollar sign. For a specialist visit, it's $25, I think. And for a hospital, it's $250 a day. Up to 5 days. And this is the copay. I'm sorry, I'm not. But anyway, the copays, this is what this covers. So a regular doctor visit is going to cost you nothing. And this is for, the one that I've chosen to go with is the Ascension Medicare Advantage plan under the HMO. And this is what they pay. Now, it may be different if you go with a different company, and if you don't live in Middle Tennessee, this may change, but it's going to be real similar. Now, the hospital at $250 a day for 5 days is what you would pay. And you're not paying anything extra per month. This is still all covered under the Medicare Advantage. They also, depending on the company you go with, they may also cover medicine, and your prescriptions, dental, and vision. Now, the company that you go with may or may not cover your prescriptions, your dental, and your vision. The one that I've chosen, which is Ascension, they do cover this. Now, the dental, the prescriptions, you have like a $20 copay on all your prescriptions. So you're not going to get this massive, if they give you something that costs $500 a month, you'll pay $20, no matter what. And the same thing with dental. The way dental works is they pay everything up to something like $5,000 a year. No, they pay everything up to like $2,000 a year for dental, and then they pay 70% of everything after that. So if you go in there with a $5,000, you're getting some kind of all your teeth pulled and getting false teeth and whatever, and the bill is like $5,000 for your dental work, the first $2,000 they pay all of it, and then after that they pay 70%. So for like $900 you may get $5,000 worth of dental work done. The same thing with vision. They cover like I think it's 70% of your glasses up to a maximum of something like $300 a year. They'll cover for glasses or contact lenses is what I'm trying to think of. So now this is for no extra money. This is the $170 a month, but you're covered. My actual coverage will come through Ascension and not through, or whatever company you decide to go through. This may change. The prices may change, but you're still doing it for $170 a month. And when they tell you there's no monthly, nothing out of pocket monthly, you're still going to pay that $170.10 a month come hell or high water. What they mean is you're not going to have anything additional when they put you under the Advantage plan. Now, out of network, the doctor visit is like $20. The specialist is like $50, and the hospital stay is like $500 a day for 5 days. After 5 days, they pay everything. And out of network, your prescriptions, dental, and vision may or may not change. So depending on who you go with. Now with Medicare Advantage, it's included. The prescriptions, the dental, and the vision is included, all for the $170.10 a month. And they call this the Medicare Advantage Plus because it includes other things like prescriptions, dental, and vision that if you just went with Medicare's Part A, Part B, and Part D, you would not get. So this is the Advantage plan, the Advantage. And again, you can get this, you still pay the money you pay the money to Social Security every month, but it's Medicare comes out of it, and you're going to pay this money every month for Part A, Part B, and Part whatever, or at least for Part A and Part B, you're going to pay $170.10 a month, come hell or high water, after you turn 65 years old, and you elect to choose Part B. Again, If you have other coverage, if you're covered under another company or whatever, you do not have to take Part B. But you have to file your employer has to fill out a form saying that you're covered under their insurance. And that's the only way that you won't be charged this massive fee for not having Part B. So Part A, you have to sign for. Part B is electoral. You can or cannot. Part D, you don't have to sign up for, or any other parts you don't have to sign up for. So now this is the HMO out of net. I mean Rob is saying I was in a PPO and wish I had done it a long time ago. The PPO lets you go out of network, so they do kind of shop you around, and you can go to your own doctor or a doctor of your choice or whatever, but the fees are higher. The co-pays are higher. Now, my understanding is you cannot do what do they call that? An HSA account, health savings account. If you have an HSA account, any money that you put into it once you go on Medicare is taxable. So you lose your tax advantage by having an HSA account. So you're better to take that money out of the HSA and put it into a regular savings account. You're still going to pay taxes on it, but the taxes is going to be less than the fees. So if you're on Medicare, don't do that. I don't even think it may even be against the law. But anyway, that's the first thing they'll ask you when they start talking to you about the Medicare Advantage with any company, or do you have an HSA? Because that changes everything. Any money that's in there, in your HSA already, they're going to tax you on. So you're going to pay the tax on it one way or the other. And you're better to pull that out and put it in a regular savings account and go ahead and pay the tax on it. Or spend it up while you can before you file for Medicare. So I'm at 27 minutes here already, and it has not kicked me off. So I think I have figured out a way to beat the 15-minute deal with YouTube, and they are now letting me broadcast for longer than 15 minutes. So anyway, this is the way this all works. This is out. This side over here is out of network. Now, after 5 days, Medicare pays everything on either one of these. Hospital is covered at $250 a day, or that's your copay is $250 a day for the first 5 days. After 5 days, then you're covered 100% on the hospital. Any other specialist, if the specialist has to come in every day, I don't know if every time he comes in to see you or you go to see him or whatever, if you're in the hospital, I'm not sure how that works. But anyway, if you do, it's like $25, depending on what company you go with. In my case, it's like $25 a day. And it's in network, or $50 a day if they're out of network. So in my particular case, the Ascension, the Ascension Advantage Plus is what I've chosen to go with. Now, that may not even be available wherever you are if Ascension is not, if you don't have an Ascension hospital in your area, it's probably not even available. You'll have to go with one of the others. Now, I can tell you, for anybody that don't know, I am an uber conservative. I don't want anything to do with Joe Biden or anything else he's got. Any liberal company, I will stay away from any company that even starts down this woke deal. I don't want nothing to do with them. You're welcome, Rob. If there's any questions you have, I'll try to answer them. Again, I'm not an expert, but I'll try to tell you what I found out. I think I've pretty much explained everything. Anyway, I don't want anything to do with anything liberal, and AARP is one of those companies that did it. They campaigned and did everything they could to get Obamacare enacted. So Obamacare is a lot of the reason why our medical bills are going sky high and whatever. Just keep that in mind. So United Healthcare is affiliated with AARP, which I don't want anything to do with. I don't belong to AARP, and I don't have anything to do with them. I don't want anything to do with United Healthcare because they are affiliated with AARP. So you may or may not care about that. I do, so I don't want anything to do with United Healthcare. Just keep that in mind as a tidbit of information. Anyway, that's about all I know of. I'm at 31 minutes right now, so I think I'm going to call this video done. I will save it and post it so that anybody else can look at it later on. I hope you've got something educational out of this as well. I can tell you, let me show you this. Right now with CRETE, I have the best insurance they have. I also have an extra dental and vision that's covered. My wife and I both are covered under this. And I have some extra accidental insurance as well. But I have the best insurance CRETE has, and it cost me $144.96 per week. And that's for all this other insurance I had. The basic medical plus the vision and dental, and also some accidental insurance that covers both of us. That's how much it is, $144.96 per week. If you multiply that times 52 weeks in a year, I'm paying $7,537.92 per year for my CRETE insurance right now. Again, it covers everything, and that's me and my wife. If you divide that by 12 to get a monthly fee of what I'm paying per month right now for CRETE insurance, it's $628.16 per month is what I'm paying. This much per week, $144.96. This month per month, or $7,500 $7,537. Yeah, I'm glad. I don't claim to be a Republican or a Democrat. I am a constitutional conservative. So Medicare, this Medicare Advantage plan, in my particular case, there's no additional out of pocket other than the $170.10 per person, which comes to $340.20 per month for me and my wife, versus $628.16 per month if we stay under CRETE's insurance. So roughly there's about $300 a month that I'm saving by switching over to Medicare Advantage. As you can see, I've been writing down all kinds of other notes and stuff. I've talked to everybody I can talk to, and I've even tried different representatives that represent different companies, and the one that I have that's been the best for me in my particular case has been Medicare Advantage through Ascension Insurance. So that's been the best one for me, and it's zero. There's nothing additional to pay for all of this other extra stuff. It's called Medicare Advantage Plus, and it's through Ascension. Again, I'm not an insurance salesman for them, and it may not even be available in your area anyway. So don't consider this a sales pitch. It's just in my particular case, this is what worked out better for me. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead, we're at 35 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and call it done. I hope you've learned something out of this. If you're watching this video later on and you have questions, if I can answer it, I will. Just post them down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching in and tuning in and being a subscriber. I really appreciate you. And we'll talk to you later and see you. Probably not out on the road for a while since I'm convalescing here, but we'll see you soon. Thanks again.